Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. Now, I'm going to be talking about how archaeology just made divination that much more easier and faster to train. Now, we all know that divination has very slow XP rates, and it's just a pain to train. It is not that very AFK-able. It's boring. It's one of the hardest skills I've ever had to train mentally, right? But with archaeology out now, there is a relic that when you harness its power, you can convert all your energy or all your memories in one go. Literally, you click the rift and bam, the whole inventory converted. It's nuts. Now take a look at this footage. If you pay attention to my inventory, you'll see that I'm going to have an entire inventory full of memories, and then I just run on over into the rift, click it one time, and I slam dunk all the memories in for energy. That is insane. In just a little bit over an hour, I made 12 mil purely off of incandescent energy. And the reason I'm doing just energy is because I need more incandescent for my porters so I can train archaeology. So I went over to the incandescent wisp colony and started harvesting them purely for the energy, not for the XP. If you guys are curious as to what the XP rates are now with this artifact, I can't give you that information solely, but I can tell you that it is a game changer. It is insane now that you can just convert an entire inventory within an instant. Like, are you serious? Okay, so now that we know what this can do and what it's capable of, let's talk about how we go about getting it, because there's quite a few steps in order to get it in the first place. Alright, so the golem framework is what you start off with. It's not the actual relic you need in order to sacrifice to the monolith, but it's part of it. The golem framework is an item that can be made at level 86 invention and 98 archaeology. Yes, you've heard that right. 98 archaeology. You might as well be 99, right? It'll show up at the invention bench when boosted and having all the required materials. Okay, so as a step towards creating the crest framework, which is the actual relic, an archaeology relic that unlocks the divine conversion power. After creating the golem framework, the player can enter a Gothixian cache, pick up a large memory, and use it on the framework to create the crest framework. The crest framework must then be offered to the mysterious monolith to unlock its relic power. First, decipher theoretical blueprints in Howell's workshop. After completing Howell's research to unlock the ability to create the golem framework is required before making it on the invention workbench. Now, just to re-summarize everything, once you make it into Howell's workshop, there are blueprints on the wall next to the ancient invention workbench. Once you study that, send your research team out to research it, then go back and decipher it. There's going to be 3 options you can choose from on what you want to discover out of those blueprints. One of them is the golem framework. Okay, once you got the golem framework unlocked, you can start working on the materials needed. 2 of the components that really stand out are 2 new ones that are unlocked via archaeology, which is classic components and historic. Classic is harder to come by, historic not so much. You can buy historic components actually in the GE. There's like small and large crates. You can just buy 2 small ones. Each one holds 100 historic components, and they run about $1 mil each as of right now, but the prices are going to be dropping in the future. You can do the same for classic components, but the thing is with classic components, although you may be able to buy them, they are way more expensive than historic components, right? So the way that you can get classic components, and thankfully you only need 5 to create this, is disassemble some artifacts or materials. Now, for me personally, I've noticed that I get way more classic components from disassembling restored artifacts. They can't be damaged. They have to be restored. So once you've restored some artifacts, you got some laying around in your bank, go ahead and disassemble them, and you can get vintage, classic, historic components, all the new components that come along with archaeology, or you can use materials, whatever excess materials you have left over from archaeology, you can go ahead and use those as well. And again, you don't need to buy any of these components. You can go ahead and get them yourself. But if you can't somehow come across 200 historic components, you can just buy those. They're not as expensive, but as far as classic, it's a little on the pricey side right now. Alright, so let's say you studied, researched, and then deciphered the blueprints on the wall. You unlock the ability to create the golem framework. You have all the components necessary that you need in order to create it. What's next? So once you go over to Workbench, you have all the materials necessary, and you create the golem framework. You want to wait until there's a Guthixian cache opening, run over to a big memory. My bad, it's a large memory. Make sure your hands are free so you can pick it up. And then once you pick it up, you go over to your golem framework and you can transfer the personality once it's in your hand. And once you do that, you are done. You have created the crest framework, which will allow you to offer to the monolith at the guild, and then you will get divine conversion. The relic power that you can now harness will then allow you to convert an entire inventory of memories in one click with just the payment of 2,000 chronotes and 100 monolith energy. If you think about it, archaeology has taken one of the most grindiest skills in the game and made it faster simply from a relic power. Okay, so if that doesn't give you a reason to want to train archaeology, I don't know what will. If you are annoyed by divination and you want to do anything possible to train it faster, archaeology is your answer, because once you get that relic, you convert everything in one go, one click, and it just makes things that much quicker. Not to mention, it's a faster way of making money now. I mean, you can get a lot more energies per hour because it's all in one go instead of just sitting at the rift waiting for you to slowly convert every memory into energy. Alright guys, that pretty much does it for this video. Like I said, if this doesn't give you an incentive to train archaeology or even invention, because you need at least 86 to create the golem framework as well as 98 archaeology, I don't know what will. So I'm telling you right now, go out and get your invention level up. Go out and get your archaeology level up, especially if you hate divination. If you're trying to get 120, this is the thing for you, or you just want to make money on the side and, you know, get more materials for your porters quicker. Boom, this is the method for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll see you next time. Stay hydrated.